So hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's been a while since we had um, some conversations around real topical issues. One of the things we like to do mostly in our channel is to cover things around hack, things around scams within the industry from the perspective of projects that seems to take away public funds. Um, it's almost equivalent to what a hacker would have done in the case of taking public funds from a particular DeFi project. But right now, our channel is expanding beyond just DeFi conversations to things around social fi, which is a new trend that we're currently researching on. And you'll be watching our next video around social fi. GameFi is another one, which people right now are beginning to get to know more about. And of course, NFTs. So our channel is just focused on decentralized finance, NFTs, GameFi, and of course, recently we're adding social fi. So these four topics are the things we'll normally discuss in our channel, and of course, we'll try to talk around conversations of hack or scam. So in today's conversation, very short one, there some of our fans, some of our followers have asked us to critically analyze a particular project that they're still not comfortable with. So we decided to do some in-depth research around it. Some people already have an opinion around what the project is. Some believe it's real. Some believe it's a scam. Some believe it's Ponzi-like. Some believe it's not what it said it is. And for others also who are in the train, they believe there is nothing wrong with it and it's good. So today we'll objectively look at what the project is and objectively as well um, give our viewpoint as why we'll come to a certain verdict. So it's not even a case of us just saying or coming to certain conclusions without not really looking at it critically. And the name of the project, as you probably would have seen on my screen right now, is called Zugacoin. So everybody, a lot of our fans out there have said, please look at this project called Zugacoin, analyze it critically in an unbiased manner, as you would always do. So, interesting part of the conversation is that Zugacoin seems to be one of the few projects out there that have surpassed the price of Bitcoin in comparison to the information that is currently available on CoinMarketCap, and also um, if you go to look at it in some other um, data ranking platforms like CoinGecko, it's almost like totally non-existent. Even though the link it's still available on their website. So when we talk about Zuga Coin, it's purely a project that came from somebody in Africa who happens to um, be a clergyman. Take note, this is not a personal evaluation of his position in the society. I'm just critically going to analyze um, the project called Zuga Coin and not in terms of a personal attack to anyone's faith, religion, or position he occupies in the society. So it's purely Zuga Coin. However, the project is a brainchild of a man called Bishop or Dr. Bishop um, Sam Zuga. So he's known as Zuga himself, and he's the one who came up with the idea and probably and also the founder of the project. However, when we take a quick dive into all the available informations, we will critically analyze the project using certain data. What are the data we intend to use in terms of analyzing? We intend to use something around blockchain metrics, financial metrics, project metrics, and of course, social political environment. This becomes the thing we want to use to critically analyze what this project is all about. So if you're just new again into our channel, if you're just trying to get to know us for the very first time, please remember to give us a like and also, of course, subscribe to our channel so that newer things that come up that will be coming up from this channel, you easily get notification. Especially, there are a lot of new trends right now in social file and GameFi, which we'll be publishing later. So just follow our channel and you get to know. So, but a quick one, we just go back to uh, the topic for today, which is around analyzing a project called zugacoin. So zugacoin, like I told you, is a brainchild of um, Dr. Bishop Zuga, who happens to create a project that he said will help Africa, especially in the case of poverty, especially in the case of helping us avoid all these things that has to do with borrowing, like financing critical African infrastructure. That's what the blockchain project is about, and that's what it's called Zuga. But when we look at the project from the website where it's called zugacoin.io, and there's also a secondary website apart from that of Zuga. When you go to CoinMarketCap or go to CoinGecko, you probably would see the website. But when we clicked on it, Zuga Coin, it said it aims to unlock the potential of the world and the largest growing workforce by creating learning, um, spending, earning, and of course saving opportunities across Africa and other lean economies. But is it really what it says it is? And when we do a deep dive right now, we'll know if it is. So, one of the key metrics we want to look at, like I initially shared, is what's the hash rate, what's the status and active address, transaction values, and fees. Zuga Coin actually was built on the Ethereum blockchain based on the last information I think we had that was available to us. It's built on the Ethereum blockchain. I think there is something around Binance. Smart Chain also, or them also going into Binance Smart Chain. But originally, when it came out, it was on that of the Ethereum blockchain. But when we look at in terms of the hash rate, status and active address, of course, because it's not a blockchain of its own, it's a project built on an existing blockchain, Ethereum. So we might not necessarily use hash rates to try and quantify how viable it is. So I technically will overrule using hash rate as a way to quantify them. So I would rather give them a pass in that side for the fact that they are not a blockchain of its own. They don't have a blockchain of their own. They're built on an existing blockchain, and therefore it's best to measure the hash rate if they actually had their blockchain on their own, like in the case of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Smart Chain, Polkadot, Solana. These are kind of projects that have their own blockchain of their own. But again, status and active address. So what's the active number of address that is holding Zuga Coin asset today? The numbers are quite negligible in comparison to a project that have done quite well, if you ask me. Um, Active address, of course, will also determine or can be determined by how frequent people utilize this project, how frequent do people utilize the wallet address for this project to do what the project says it's doing in terms of number of transactions. We saw recently the likes of Tron blockchain or Tron wallet address surpassing that of Ethereum as a result of activeness in terms of people who are always utilizing and generating new wallets, creating them, sending them back and forth. So this is an active address. From the angle of status and active address, it's quite poor, especially when we want to compare a project that has surpassed the price of Bitcoin. Remember when we look at the available data ranking from CoinMarketCap, it's right now it says 132,000 826. There is no way projects would hit that $100,000 landmark and not have a serious active address because like it's like a frenzy. Everybody in the crypto industry, a lot of persons in the crypto industry always want to jump onto the next buzzing thing. And for the fact that these projects have surpassed that of Bitcoin, oh, it would have really skyrocketed, especially when we look at last year, sometimes about this time last year when we had Yen Finance One surpassing that. By the way, I was an active member of also Yen Finance 2 community. But when we saw the price of Yen Finance One surpassing that of Bitcoin, it naturally just gained momentum, gained traction. The activities around it was so huge. And of course, there's no way Zuga Coin would have gone past $100,000 and currently $132,000 and not gain that level of traction. So, from the angle of these metrics of status and active address, we give them a thumbs down. Remember the first one we give them a thumbs up or a pass, but now we're giving them a thumbs down. So status and active address is a thumb down, and the reason why we say it's a thumbs down is because the number of people who are actually utilizing these services they offer in terms of active address and status, the people have not really used it for what they say it's ought to be, whether it's for the case of solving Africa problem around loan financing, and I'm yet to see any project or any information out there that shows or covers what they really promised the public in the first place, of why the public in the first place, why the public actually got into the project. People got into the project because of the promise they said they will solve, but right now people have ended up buying some of the coins, and it has not really done anything. Instead, we're just seeing something around price actions and price going up, but the real solution of what they want to offer is not there. They said it will be utilized for shopping, that the coins will be acceptable for shopping across different places in Africa. It's just a reminiscence. It's like a deja vu of what we saw for the likes of Pink Coin project, which have of course gone on there right now. It's a deja vu of some of the things we saw in the case of OneCoin. These are like some sort of global trending Ponzi like kind of projects that masquerade themselves under the blockchain industry. And one of the things, of course, we always do is to call them out, especially when they take public funds to a large extent and they do not necessarily provide the technology or the solutions, which was the selling point for why they took the money in the first place. And many months or probably a year plus down the line, it's like totally non-existent in terms of the solution. So, so we're giving them a thumbs down for that. Transaction values and fees. Again, they hope to solve problems around Africa in terms of cost for transactions and all that. You see, because people are not even actively utilizing this service they are offering or what they claim to offer, what they promise to offer the public. It's almost like the transaction values and fees are like non-existent, because if people are actually utilizing the technology, or if the technology solutions or what they promise is even there in the first place, people would have seen benefit around that of transaction values. Yes, of course, right now the price, according to CoinMarketCap, shows that it's around $132,000, even though we could barely even actually see real active trading volume going on. If you look at I'm here somewhere around 24-hour trading volume is just $133,000, 100. For a project that have surpassed that of Bitcoin in terms of price value, you wouldn't expect that they would just be doing $133,000. So technically, it's like just barely one Zuga coin that have been traded in the past 24 hours. This is not like some sort of mockery. This is a clear indication of the project not really doing what it had promised. Because if it has, there is no way in 24 hours just one of the token will be sold. According to the information again in CoinMarketCap, it says it had about 1 million units of Zuga coin, and in 24 hours, just barely less than two token of Zuga coin has been traded. Again, it has no market capitalization, which is clearly a red flag. So how do you list on CoinMarketCap and your market capitalization of the product, it's not even available? Like, how on earth it's that? Like, we can't substantiate to say, like, for example, the Bitcoin market capitalization just was it yesterday or the day before, had hit the $1 trillion market cap, and this is gotten by the price of the current token multiplied by the total number of tokens in circulation. So it's clear that people don't even know the total number of Zuga coin that is in circulation, because the data are not even available. How do you build a blockchain project and that data is not even available? The essence of blockchain is for transparency, and of course for the public record to be visible. That is if you choose to go on a permissionless kind of blockchain, which I think that's exactly what Zugacoin have done. But the market capitalization is not available. The total number of tokens that are currently in circulation is not available. But we know from the information that they've provided is that it's only going to be maxed at 1 million units of the token, and right now it's just barely less than 1.5 units of a coin, less than two Zuga coin have been sold in the past 24 hours. So again, from the angle of transaction values and fee, we'll give them a thumbs down. So in comparison, so far from the blockchain metrics, they've just gotten 1 out of 3 in terms of what we had used for comparison. And take note, they only got 1 out of 3 because we did not measure hash rate for them. So we just wanted to be fair in our the way we criticize or the way we analyze them. If we were to strike away the hash rate, which of course we didn't measure because there was no data to measure in that line, since they don't even have their own blockchain or they are built on an existing blockchain. Take note, there's nothing wrong with building on other people's blockchain. Typically, it makes no sense for you to even build your own blockchain when you could build on an existing one that have been built, like that of Ethereum or Bitcoin or Polkadot or Solana or Binance Smart chain. So it's still not a bad idea, of course, to build on them. So there's nothing wrong with that, and that's for the reason why you see we did not give them either a thumbs down. Rather, we choose to just give them a pass because it's technically not available. But from the ones that are available, which is the case of active address and status, transaction values, and fees, they all got a thumbs down, and simply because they have not really done what they promised in terms of the reason why they even took the money from the public in the first place. So that's in the case of blockchain metrics. So when we go to the next one, which is around financial metrics. So again, I think I've jumped in a bit on this financial metrics aspect where I talked around market capitalization. If you go back to figures available on coin market cap for Zuga coin, they have no market cap. So how do you build a project? And the world or the people out there don't even know what the market capitalization of your blockchain project is. It's like saying we don't know the budget of a country for a particular year, and yet the country have been operating on what. So it's a bit not an ideal thing, if you ask me, for most blockchain projects not for us not to know the market capitalization of a blockchain project, especially when we expect it to be transparent enough, especially when we expect that this data should be available. So we have no clue what the total amount of Zuga coin that is currently in circulation, but we know that they will max out at 1 million units of the token. However, if we want to do some sort of mathematical analysis calculations, just purely going to come from 132,745, which is the current price right now, multiplied by the total max. But we cannot get a market capitalization of a total max if we are not sure. Let's say, for example, so far since they started till now, have they circulated or minted or printed or pushed out a total of, let's say, 500,000 out of the 1 million that will be maxed out. I need the 1 million be maxed out probably much later. So we have no clue as regards to that. So if we're to analyze or evaluate them from the angle of financial metrics for market capitalization, again, it's down. Take note, it's not just for a missing market capitalization for coin market cap. When we also Google down to Zuga coin for data ranking places like CoinGecko, in fact, it seems technically right now that CoinGecko have totally um, put everything down. The last time they were active on CoinGecko was about 2 months ago. They said no trading activities recorded by exchanges that have been integrated into CoinGecko. So they told CoinGecko, that, which is like a data ranking platform, that you can be able to read about our trading volume, market capitalization, and all the kind of information about Zuga coin, but the last 2 months, CoinGecko have not seen any record of data to support the integration that they've done. So technically, CoinGecko right now, if you go to CoinGecko and type SZC, which is the symbol for Zuga coin, no active trades are found for this coin. Of course, they also ask you to confirm to reach out to CoinGecko in case there's some sort of an error. But I don't think it's an error. The truth of the matter is, based on what they've provided, there is no active trade. If I scroll down on my screen, which I think you can see right now, you will realize that there's totally no information around um, what they promise or what they claim that they would have as at today. So again, going down to financial metrics for market capitalization, we give them a thumbs down. That it's not really good. So far, so good. Out of four ways we try to analyze them, they've just gotten one, of course, and that is because there was no figure even to measure that one. But three so far down. Liquidity and trading volume. Of course, we would have looked at liquidity and trading. There's nothing wrong with a project not necessarily having a $1 million liquidity. But when for a certain length of time you've been trading and almost close to zero, almost close to no trading activities at all, it becomes a concern. Why am I saying it's a concern? Now let me just point that. Take note. There's nothing wrong with a product trading less than $100,000 per day in terms of the trading volume. There's nothing wrong with it. They're trading. It only depends on activity. We can be seeing an activity and maybe people are not doing much volume. That's fine. But when maybe the activities are not even as a result of a lot of people doing them, less it might just be some sort of one single individual buying and selling himself. That's a concern. Now, um, let me take you down somewhere so you understand what I'm trying to say. If you look at these some sort of an this some sort of an overview for them right now. Volume, even the coin market cap, where we can even be able to see, because CoinGecko, of course, have no longer have a record about Zuga coin. If you look at that of coin market cap, volume right now shows no data. Market dominance also shows no data. When we try to click on some sort of an exchange where they are available, you see, this is where I'm even more concerned. I'm concerned because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with a project doing less than $100,000 in trading volume. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not necessarily of the school of thought that everybody's trading volume should be in their millions of dollars or billions. Not every product has the capacity. Some will do better than the other, depending on people's choice, of course. But where I'm more concerned is that the most active market where Zuga coin is traded, which is in an exchange called Indox. I think this is an Indonesian exchange or something, right? Called Indox. They are paired against what they call the Ethereum market. Zuga coin traded against Ethereum in an exchange called Indodex. In terms of confidence level, the most active market where they are traded, because right now it shows that people had gone to buy around $100,000+ worth of Zuga coin on Indodex, why people have choose to go to a place called BankSex, which is some sort of an exchange as well, a centralized exchange, and PancakeSwap, which is a decentralized exchange. People have gone to PancakeSwap to buy around 13,000 $923 worth. While in Indox, it's people have gone to buy over $100,000 worth. So it technically means their most active market where people can buy and sell or trade Zuga coin is in Indodex. Look at the confidence level, low. How do you get low score for your most confidence level in your most active market where you traded? So it means even the exchange that have listed you is not showing confidence in you. You don't necessarily get a low score because of low volume. Sometimes it might also be from the perspective of if the exchange just don't necessarily trust you. They just probably they've listed you for the fact they want to just list, thinking that you probably will bring some sort of liquidity or more users into their platform, maybe. All right. So even their most active market, they are getting a low score again from the angle of liquidity and trading volume. We'll give them thumbs down, and we're giving them thumbs down not because they've traded just one Zuga coin in their most active market, because right now their most active market is Indodex, and Indodex um, is giving them even a low score by them their own ranking or standard or whatever they've added as their own metrics to give them that low score. In their most active market, they've not even traded up to one Zuga coin, because if you look at the figure there, it says $108,000 dollars worth in terms of volume. And if you see the current price right now is $132,000, and in their most active market, they've not traded up to $132,000+. So they've traded less than one Zuga coin in their most active market, and the most active market have given them a low confidence level. If you look at the confidence level here, these other two, of course, give them high. This is a decentralized exchange. There's a tendency a DEX might give you high without necessarily, because, of course, DEX don't necessarily control certain things. They allow the people to do that so long as you meet certain metrics. Bankers, of course, give them high, but again, it's just barely $364, so probably less than 0.03 watt, less than 0.03, I think, watt of Zuga coin on this other one that have given them high. So I might not necessarily take this a bit seriously for the fact that Zuga coin that have been traded on this particular exchange that give them high is barely $364 in comparison to this other decentralized exchange and their most active market. And take note, even on this bank sex, which is another centralized exchange, they they also have a different figure that have been reported in terms of price. Look at $121,000. In Indodex is saying $142,000. In PancakeSwap is saying $95,000. And meanwhile, on coin market cap is in $132,000. So the disparity between the difference between this is too much. I wasn't expecting that level of discrepancy, but again, that's what we have based on the available information. This is again, welcome to my channel. In case you're just joining us or listening to the program, today we're analyzing a project we believe or where our users have asked us to evaluate if it's a scam or not. By the end of our analysis, we will know if this product is a scam or not a scam. Again, this is not a personal attack on an individual. It's rather a critical analysis of a product that have come out there to either scam people and not deliver what they promise, or it's a project that have taken money from the public and not doing things in accordance to what should or ought to be clear, either in terms of their roadmap. Of course, projects could fail. Of course, people could take money from the public and probably still not deliver. But when it's going to the angle of scam, is tending towards that of scam nature, we have a duty to call it out. We've seen viable projects where people actually have done all the things right and they still did not succeed. That's a different thing. But you see, a lot of metrics out there is showing that these guys have, so far from what we've analyzed, they've not really done much. But of course, we'll see whether the other ones, whether they'll get a pass or a thumbs up in it. So out of 5 metrics so far, um, out of 6 metrics so far, they've gotten just one, and the other 5, they've gotten a thumbs down. So liquidity and trading volume, they also have gotten it down. And our reasons for giving them down is because even their most active market is showing low confidence level on them, which is Index. Right. So circulating supply. Again, as at today, there is no available information around circulating supply. We only know that the maximum supply will be 1 million according to this. If you're looking at my screen right now, you see my cursor where it is. That's the maximum supply, but the circulating supply is totally blank. So coin market cap, where Zuga coin is even listed, is saying they have no clue what the circulating supply is. So only Bishop Zuga probably would know the total amount of Zuga coin that is in circulation. And somehow people have bought into this coin, especially for the African market, Nigeria to be precise. People have bought into this coin, probably heavily promoted them heavily. Of course, certain industry associations have called them out, and probably people have discussed them in forum. I think I've been in some communities where I hear them discuss about Zugacoin, and the confidence level have really, really not been that good. But we didn't want to base our analysis because of what people have said. We rather want to critically look at them and analyze them without a personal attack on any individual or person. But I think as of today, based on the available information, there is no circulating supply that is known. So we don't know if out of the 1 million units of Zuga coin that Bishop Zuga said his project has, we don't know if he has sold 100,000 out of the 1 million, or 200,000 units out of the 1 million, or 500,000 units out of the 1 million, or even the entire 1 million as of today. Nobody knows, only them know. So how do blockchain projects claim that they are blockchain projects and that clue is not even known? At least we should know based on either true active addresses or based on true checking certain information from the blockchain where they currently have been hosted. And of course, this interview is clearly from as a result of our users wanting us to know the root truths behind Zuga coin, and that's what we're critically analyzing. This is clearly tilting towards um, project that have not really done well in terms of scam nature, and it's not really a good one if you ask me. Let's continue our evaluation. So from financial metrics side, they all got a thumbs down. Now let's go to in terms of project metrics, background analysis. So when we try to look at the background analysis of the project, honestly, the stories behind what the project came to do is really good, especially when they say they aim to unlock the potentials of the world's largest growing workforce by creating, of course, the world's largest growing workforce is Africa, by creating learning, earning, spending, saving opportunities across Africa and other lean economies. In terms of the background around what the project came to do, it's awesome. You don't have a lot of projects who are willing to look into these kind of opportunities or potentials to solve them. We don't necessarily have them. But when we try to also look at um, Other informations on the website of Zugacoin, where they say it's a unique brainchild that aims to rebuild Africa's dying economy by becoming Africa's first coin. Again, it's funny for somebody to think it's Africa first coin. I think there are a lot of products out there that some coins that were issued many, many years ago, and they were purely African people. I can tell you for a fact that even as at 2017, a lot of Africans were already minting tokens of their own, and they were public. Some were successful, some were not. But just to debunk that claim around becoming Africa first coin in equity and investment fund for Africa. Okay, I think I would give them a this because they say not just Africa first coin, but Africa first coin in equity and investment fund for Africa. So yes, I don't think I know of any African project that is focused on equity and investment. So yes, they are most likely, according to my available knowledge, or according to the available knowledge of my team, yes, they are most likely the first in equity and investment fund in Africa in terms of blockchain or crypto related projects. But starting a business in Africa can often be a gargantuan according to the information on their sites, especially since the prospect of obtaining loans are few. That's true, actually. So, again, from the angle of the background analysis, honestly, they have really done some sort of research work, seeing that this is real problem within the African space, and of course, it's still a call there. If you have solutions or idea around it, that would really be good. But if you go to their website again, you see um, it's all on their website. We could see available supply as at 600,000. And this information has been static as far as this website is concerned because even if you double tap on them, it's not taking you anywhere. So we can't even check real time. They really say 600,000 in terms of total supply. That's to answer back the questions around circulating supply of a product. Total supply is 1 million, circulated available supply 600,000, meaning this is what is the current supply. But now it's static. So it technically like they've posted this thing for God knows how long the website have been in existence. They gave a market cap of 49.2 billion. Now we don't know if it's 49.2 billion naira, which is the currency for the country where this base shop or this project is. We don't know if it's $49.2 billion as a result of the market cap going to over $100,000 multiplied by 1 million, which is the total max supply. You see USD price, they say it's around 54,000. Why I said it's static is because right now it's over 100,000 plus dollars, but USD price is saying 54,000. This is very static and quite lame for a project to do this, honestly, if you ask me. Especially when you've gone to the public to raise funds and you've taken money from the public. So yes, back to the background analysis. The product actually, in terms of the analysis of what they want to do, is really good, and I think I would rather want to give them a thumbs up. So um, out of say a total of 7 analysis, they've gotten 2 thumbs up. They've gotten a 2 thumbs up and 5 thumbs down. So from background analysis, that's it. But if we also want to go into other further details around background analysis, like the team and all that, it's really whack. We looked at the team, members of the product, a clear indication that they've not really done well. Why? When we look at the team members of people